Hi, this is Emily. I'm doing the second part of the video. I did a sourdough bread using a recipe, 60% hydration dough. This means that it's a low hydration, it's a more manageable dough compared to a high hydration and a difficult to manage dough. This is my first stretch and fold after 30 minutes of doing the dough itself, and I covered the dish and I left it on the counter for 30 minutes, and I'm doing the second set of stretch and fold. And for some reason the dough was still sticking to the bowl. I had to use the dough scraper, and this dough scraper feels so big. I wish it was a little bit smaller. I'm not used to using things like dough scraper, so even that I had a little bit of a challenge using. If you notice, I find like the dough scraper is huge, or maybe the bowl is too small. Yeah, but I wanted to use something with a cover, so I transferred it into this bowl. And I wanted to get all the dough, so I remember using, I remember, you know, seeing people using the dough scraper to help. Baker Jack also used the dough scraper. He even used the dough scraper to, is that what you call it? A dough scraper? I think that's what you call it. To do the initial dough itself. Yep, that was the second set of stretch and fold. I I should have allowed it to rest longer, and maybe I should have done more stretch and folds, maybe 4 sets. Does it make a difference? I cannot tell. I have to do it to really understand. The thing about baking bread is you cannot follow a recipe, somebody's recipe, and think your bread is going to come out the same. It will not. A lot of things influence how your bread comes out. The weather, you, the person, what mood you're in when you're baking a bread. Believe it or not, that's why it's good that when you baking bread, you bake bread with love. You do things with love when you're in the kitchen. I didn't even know anything about the window pane appearance. I just learned all this now. Before, when I make bread, I just make bread. And here I am, I'm just trying to, I think this was the pre-shape. Yeah, I think so. And it was still sticking a little bit. But making bread is really fun. I really enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing it. And I really enjoy doing this. What I think I should have done was I should have allowed the dough to rest. After doing this, I should have allowed the dough to rest for 2 hours. But sometimes if you have a tight schedule, you try to like do shortcut and do everything in a quick space of time, especially when you're busy and time is a factor. I went ahead and I put it in the banneton. I didn't leave it to rest. I went ahead and put it in the banneton. And it was, it was cool. I am just learning about making bread. Before, I make bread how they taught us back home. I didn't use a recipe. I just put flour, I put the yeast, and everything. That's the bread I used to make. Tastes delicious. It's good. I'm just now learning about sourdough bread. So I went ahead and I put it in the banneton, and I went straight ahead into the refrigerator. It was refrigerated overnight. I took it out 14 hours later, and here it is. You can see the texture of the dough itself, what it looks like. And I'm removing some of the rice flour. That was rice flour. Now when I went to get the rice flour, there were two types, brown rice and white rice. I pick up the white one Maybe I should have picked up the brown one, I don't know. And here I am, I'm scoring the dough. New bread knife. I bought a bread knife. This was the knife I cut myself with. I was cutting myself. I didn't even feel that I was cutting myself. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm cutting myself. Yeah. So I'm scoring the dough. And yeah, because I don't have a blade, I went ahead and I heated the Dutch oven. In the oven, 450 degrees until the timer went off. And I transferred the dough into the pot. And it was then I really realized that my oven wasn't working as well. And it really wasn't working. I covered the Dutch oven and I had the dough bake for 20 minutes covered, then uncovered for another 20 minutes. And yep, 450 degrees Fahrenheit, allowed the bread to cool, transferred it to the board, and this is our sourdough bread. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate you a whole lot.